So, guys, let's see if I'm live. Welcome back to Market Open live stream. We have always a lot to talk about, and let's go ahead and jump in. Stocks are trying to recover. Bitcoin is trying to recover too. Meanwhile, when I started 5 minutes ago, Bitcoin was like at 57k. Right now, it's at 58.5k, almost 58.5k. So Bitcoin is trying to recover. It's the first of the month. I hope you have a nice month, by the way, everyone. And Bitcoin will probably recover a bit after its drop of more than 20% the last couple of weeks, the dip that it had. Anyway, let's take a look. The market's about to open in 3 minutes, so we won't start with the stocks right now. Let's start with cryptos. Let's see what's going on with the cryptos, the prices. Ethereum is incredibly strong. Ethereum is incredibly bullish. Oh, let me adjust my screen, by the way, too. Let me adjust my screen so you can see what I see. That's great. Let's move on. BNB, $650 per BNB. I think the highest, let me check the highest that BNB has reached. That would be interesting. All-time high, 690 for BNB. We are close to all-time highs. Incredibly strong. Binance and BNB in general is incredibly strong. Anyway, 58.4k for Bitcoin. We have Ethereum, which is incredibly bullish at 4.7k. I'm very happy. It's my biggest position. Shiba Inu giving some of its gains back from last day. Mbox had a huge run, and it's still going from what we can see. Solana 226. I need to check what ADA is doing. ADA is another one of my cryptos that has been struggling the last couple of days, but the last couple of weeks. But after a while, I think it will recover. Even though it's slow, it's one of the slowest coins out there. It still has gains to give. It still has room to give more. ADA is at 161 right now. We have Doge 0.21. Who cares about Doge at the end of the day, right? Chainlink 2680. Let me check ENS. Since Ethereum is up, I think ENS will be up. Oh, ENS dropped a bit. Okay. If it gets to 60, I might buy a little bit more. If it gets to 60. Anyway, let's move on. The stock market is about to open in 429. Let's check the futures of the markets right now. We have S&P futures up 1.2%. That's a very, very green day. That's a very, very green day in my books. We have Dow Jones 0.9% up. We have Nasdaq 1.2% up. And Russell 2.3% up. Ooh, Russell going strong. And we are open, we are live. Let's see what's going on with the stocks. Google is recovering. Very glad I bought a ton at 28.40 last day. I think it will recover after a while above 2,900. We have the inflation rally, as you know, guys. Apple 167, that's an all-time high for Apple. That must be, yeah, that's definitely an all-time high for Apple. Costco will probably hit an all-time high today as well. We have MicroStrategy here recovering a ton. MicroStrategy recovered a ton, probably because, one, they bought 7k more Bitcoin. That's one of the reasons why. And second, Bitcoin is recovering, so it shows even more strength now that there is more value held in its balance sheet Nvidia close to all-time highs. AMD a little bit below all-time highs. We have FB and Meta Platforms trying to recover a bit from tomorrow's losses. It went as low as 326 if I'm not mistaken. Tencent recovering a bit from 58. It looks like... Okay, let's see here. Let's put candlesticks. Let's try to... Oh, this is such a bad chart. I don't like charts that have so many gaps. It shows that... basically, a chart tells you a story about a stock. And when a chart has so many gaps, it just tells me that the narrative for this stock is not going too well. And it's not resistant to the news that it has. But we can draw a trend line here, a support. There is one here. Actually, let me go for an horizontal line. Let's delete this. Delete. Let's go for an horizontal line here. Let's put one should I put it? This is a great place. We're doing some fast TA so I know where to buy the next time it drops. It has touched this place a lot of times, like a ton. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, bouncing around, 4, 5, like 6, more than 8 to 10 times, more than 8 to 10 times. So I'll make this one stronger, I'll make this one weaker, and I'll change the color, and I'll make it kinda weak, and I'll make this one stronger. Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, nice. Now we have a support line. And this looks like a resistance on the top. This looks like a resistance 2 times or more. It worked as a support here at 66, but then worked as a resistance. So it looks like we're about to run from 60 to 66 now. Assuming that all things might go well. This reminds me of silver. This reminds me of the silver chart. It looks something like this for the last couple of years, not months. But anyway, let's make this one stronger as well. Let's make this one yellow. Yellow fits here. Yeah, and we're done with, oh, that's a mistake. Yeah, and we're done with Tencent. I like Tencent. It's almost like a monopoly for gaming, for games. And I like that. And I have played many of the games that they have in the past. Etsy, $275, PayPal, $187, Affirm, $129, Intel, $49.5, Foot Locker, trying to recover a bit. It went as low as $45 last day. That was a very big low. Anyway, let's take, Russell is up, so those smaller stocks probably should be up, every single one of them. Robinhood, we see 52-week lows for Robinhood. Let me type that. Let me actually write that down. I want to make a video for stocks that are at 52-week lows. Robinhood. Let's close Binance. Robinhood. We have Dropbox. We have Corsair at 52-week lows. Corsair is one of the stocks that are very de-risked right now. There is not much risk, and its P is really low. If you're buying and holding Corsair, you'll probably come out on the top in like 1 to 2 years. The problem is, are you willing to do that with all the big cap stocks and the big tech stocks rallying every day? Maybe people are struggling with that. Redfin 41, SoFi. I really like SoFi, but it's not anywhere close 52-week lows. Let's adjust the chart here as well. So you see, we are standing on top of a support line and a resistance line at the same time. So let's make it happen. I'll put it here. Yeah, whatever. I'll spend more time later for that. With that, Honest, $8.64. Tattooed Chef. I don't really like Tattooed Chef, by the way. Let's check Pepsi. I like Pepsi. $1.62. Starbucks, Unilever, Mondelez. These are consumer products. These companies have big stakes on, or they absolutely own. Oh, why is my mic so far away? I totally forgot about my mic. I hope you can hear me. You could hear me for so long. I've been talking. Anyway, these are consumer stocks. Basically, they own different companies like Pepsi, like Lay's, like all those different things that we eat and consume every day. I like Mondelez from those, and of Starbucks, of course, but it's kind of overvalued, and Pepsi. Pepsi is overvalued as well. Let me check Pepsi's current P and its historical P. This will be interesting. Pepsi historical P. Let's see. This will be interesting. It will probably be overvalued with interest rates being at 0 for so long. Let's see. Its current P is 29.65. And let's check its historical P. Let's see. I really like this metric for a fast look on a company. Yeah, extremely overvalued. This would be the place. Look at this. The top of it, the highest that it has gone is 31, 32, 31 actually, 31.60 and 30. So right now we are below the all-time high PE that this company usually has. So this would be a time to sell for me. This would be a time to take some profits off from PepsiCo, not buy. I would love to buy at 12, 14, 15. Even 15 would be okay, but yeah, this is crazy. 29 is crazy. So I will avoid this stock for now, even though, despite the fact that I like the company so much. Anyway, let's move on. Let's check the notifications from Yahoo Finance, see what's up. Alibaba hit the all-time low. Yeah, we know that. Don't hit me with that again. I'm trying to go through that as easy as I can. Bitcoin right now is at 58.1k, Ethereum 4.7k. As I said last live stream, Ethereum will probably hit 5k before 2022. Anyway, moving on. What's up? What do we have? We were checking the notifications. Okay. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell retires the word transitory in describing inflation. Inflation, of course, is not transitory when you are printing tons of trillions of dollars in euros for Europe. Fed asset purchases could end few months earlier as Omicron worries rise. They say that Fed and Powell says that they might end the asset purchases a few months earlier, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. What the Fed does is called credible threats. They are credible. They are the Fed, but just saying that makes the market adjust, makes the market walk in a different way, in a way. And this way, I don't think they will do that. I don't think they will basically end the asset purchases weeks earlier, months earlier. I think they will find a reason. They will find an excuse to keep on going and printing even more and more. Anyway, Omicron variant hits travel and reopening stocks. No one cares about Omicron. Meta's David Marcus. This was an interesting story. Meta's, Facebook's basically, David Marcus, he was a creator of the Diem project. He is about to leave the company. This was an interesting story and I want to read that. Many people care about Facebook a lot and Meta a lot, and it's one of the big tech stocks with one of the best balance sheets. And this was a little bit worrying for me, at least, without having read that story yet. But I will read it later. Apple stock reaches new highs amid broader market sell-off. That's a mistake. Yeah, finance, we caught you. Facebook whistleblower to testify in hearing targeting big tech's legal immunity. Facebook is getting so much shit, man. They can't avoid anything. We have one viewer for so long, nice, and we have one like. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, by the way, so we can chat and see what's up. Anyway, let's move on. Let's check the other notifications. Facebook, okay. November private payrolls rose by 500,000. Okay, no one cares. Let's go back to the stocks for just a bit, and then we'll try to read some stories. Alphabet 2,880. Not bad. Costco is not running higher. Interesting. MicroStrategy 726. MicroStrategy is giving up some of its gains today after the 740 that it hit when we started their live stream. Okay. Let's check the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it started at 529 or 530 and now it dropped a bit. Whatever. MicroStrategy will recover along with Bitcoin, so I don't mind that much for MicroStrategy. I own some MicroStrategy and I like it. Let's check how the Twitter analysts are feeling today. This will be funny. Twitter is either incredibly bullish or incredibly bearish. Benjamin Cowan with the post 1 minute ago, you have it live, and he says his usual words, time is on our side, and I believe so as well for Bitcoin. Let's see. Crypto market cap and trend line. What's the valuation right now? It's around 1.14 trillion. Crypto market cap and trend line. That's nice. Here, all those red small circles are probably the most probable places where the market will peak. So he expects the way we are going, it looks like we won't peak on the end of 2022 or the start of 2022. We'll probably peak the second, third, or fourth quarter of 2022. And he even has highlighted as a circle the start of 2023. So what does that mean? That means that he expects, based on his chart and the total crypto market cap, that the total crypto market cap basically will hit 10 trillion right now, and it's insane. Let's check the total. Actually, I can see that, I think, on CoinMarketCap. I think I can see that. Bitcoin dominance right now is 41%. Ethereum dominance is 21%. Market cap, total crypto market cap right now is 2.7 trillion. Whew. This one is insane. Imagine guys, if we go all the way from 2.7 trillion, 2.69 trillion. We are right now at 2.69 trillion. Imagine if we go all the way to 10 trillion crypto market cap in general. Wow. This will be this will be insane, man. This will be insane. I'm so excited for the future of crypto. Anyway, let's check the streets if we find anything interesting. Moderna drops as much as 8% to lowest since November 26. What's up with Moderna? I thought this was a stock everyone wanted to hold right now with all the fears for the very new variants, etc. These days, having Bitcoin is smart, but having ETH to have more Bitcoin without doing anything else, anything is gigabrain. What does he mean here? I wonder. Anyway, let's move on. The biggest supermarket chain in Croatia now accepts Bitcoin payments online. Nice. Hood Robinhood, not Hood Rich. Yeah, Bitcoin has dropped a lot. Not Bitcoin. Robinhood has dropped a lot. I will look to enter Hood the closer it gets to $20. This is one of the stocks and companies I like, despite the payment for order flow and all the other problems that they have. Anyway, CDC orders airlines to turn over names of all passengers who have been in 8 Southern African countries subject to travel restrictions. Reuters. Oh my god. Inflation is transitory. Also, I'm a 6'5" NFL wide receiver who's a world-class violinist. Yeah, because inflation is definitely not transitory by any means. Oh, if you go up to 150k in the next 30 days, I'll start to get worried. Fantastic analysis from Benjamin Cowen on this week's On the Margin. We covered markets. I will definitely watch this video after the live stream. Benjamin is one of those analysts that I'm a big fan of, and I listen to his advice every day. And I watch almost every video that he makes for the cryptos I like and hold. Ethereum right now, $4,750 per Ethereum per ETH. Bitcoin 58.3k, Bitcoin struggling. Voyager token going up 23%. I like Voyager. Polygon up 11%. Shiba Inu down 13%. Mana down 6%. Okay. Cardano 160. Cardano. Everyone has given up on Cardano, man. It's funny. Anyway, let's move on. The Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street. Okay, whatever. LMAO. Neuron activation by. Lol. I like the memes that they are posting on Twitter. Some of them are very funny. Let's move on. Incredible that 10 years later, Parag actually replaced the same guy as CEO. Why do I always run into the crazy guy in my building when he's high? Okay, probably talking about how's she called? Jack Dorsey, who recently resigned from Twitter. I find the story pretty fascinating. The fact that he resigned from Twitter, Twitter goes up 10-15% the same day. And yeah, it was a great story. But anyway, focus now turns Turkey's net reserves. No one cares about Turkey. In Art of Sheer Panic, Turkey's central bank intervenes to prop up Lira and fails. Lira is down, man. We expect Bitcoin to confirm a breakout 20-year Wall Street veteran to Business Insider. They say that when they have their positions built and they want to pump the market and sell their positions. The guys from Wall Street are crazy, man. Let's move on. Is a stock market crash like 2000 possible? This would be an interesting read. We don't have the time for today, but it would be an interesting read. Bitcoin miners continue to come public, strengthening their capital structures and the security of the entire Bitcoin network in the process. Grid has signed a $525 million credit facility and will gain $246 million in cash dollars from their merger with ADEX. ADEX, congratulations. Michael Saylor, as always, reporting some mining news. White House says Department of Justice. Oh, my battery is going down for some reason. Let me adjust my charger. I hate my battery, man. I hate my charger, actually. Sometimes it has problems. I think every laptop has these problems. But mine has the most. Problems. I actually record on a Dell, even though I want to get a MacBook in the future, MacBook Air. Oh, come on now. Please charge. I don't want to close this live stream for that. Mhm. Exxon says on track to meet its 2025. Oh, it's charging. Nice. 2025 emissions goals 4 years early. Has repaid 11 billion in debt. Okay. Oh, I wanted to watch with you guys some. Let's see if he shared any of them. He made many great. Sailor made many great interviews the last couple of weeks, so they will be quite interesting if we watch any of them together. There's nothing else interesting here. Let's check the guys that I follow mostly, if they posted anything. Eth to Bitcoin heading to 0.1. Ethereum is incredibly strong, so yeah, probably. Let me show you what he means here. Let me adjust my bookmarks and open the charts for. Let's see everything. Let's check Bitcoin to USD, and he's talking about here on not ADA ETH. He's talking about ADA from Ethereum to Bitcoin. Let's check Bitcoin. I bought a ton here, as I told you on the dip, and now we're moving higher. We completely went through this big resistance that we had at 57.6k. I'm very happy we were staying on top of it. Right now, Bitcoin is at 58.7k right now, trying to recover even more. There is a small resistance here at 59.4k, and we still have many hoops to go through until we get above 61k. If we get above 61k, I think it will be a smooth sail all the way to new all-time highs. But anyway, Bitcoin USD, Cardano going down as always. What Benjamin is talking about right now. So check this out. This is a big chart for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Ethereum against Bitcoin compared to Bitcoin. Look at this. Ethereum had this time when it was a great time to buy, then went on this huge upper sloping trend, and after a while it completely broke off from this trend. It completely broke off on 13th of May. And then we dropped back, testing the past resistance as new support, and we completely validated this one as support, and now we are inside this wedge that's getting smaller and smaller. And today, out of all days, Ethereum completely broke away from this small wedge already. So we are above this small wedge. Look at this. This is insane. How Ethereum is so strong. It's insane how strong Ethereum is right now. Look at this. And right now we are sitting at. This was a good time to buy, by the way, as you can see here. But anyway, right now we are sitting at 0.08 ETH to Bitcoin. And what Benjamin was talking about on his latest tweet was this: that we are heading to 0.1. Basically, for every Bitcoin, one Ethereum is 0.1 to every Bitcoin, and we'll probably hit this after a while in value in USD. Anyway, this is great. I like this chart. This is incredibly bullish, and we'll probably keep on going. Look at this, insane. What will be more interesting will be when will be a good time to start selling Bitcoin. That will be interesting. We'll probably hit 0.1 soon, and we'll act as a resistance for a while after we break above it as well. Incredibly bullish Ethereum. I love this. We have 8 more minutes to go. I hope you're enjoying today's live stream, and let's move on. Do you have any comments? No, we don't have any comments, but it's okay. We'll have after a while. So let's move on. Leave this. The best thing that can happen to the crypto space is Ethereum being #1. It's easy to show people the innovation and truly cool stuff being built. It will capture them. Why? With Bitcoin at #1, you get a supply cap meme and instant boredom. Instant boredom. Even the supply cap meme sucks now. Fee burn as far surpassed it as a superior solution. He's talking about the fee, all the big fee burns that Ethereum is having. Ethereum is proof of stake garbage. That is funny. Anyway, let's move on. Bitcoin, MySpace, ETH equals Facebook. What? Oh, Bitcoin equals MySpace, Ethereum equals Facebook. That's not a good phrase to say. Anyway, let's see if there's anything interesting here. Bitcoin lengthening cycle is still on track. Still need to put an all-time high to confirm it. That's true. It's an unofficial lengthening cycle. All models are long, some are useful. I agree with that statement, 100%. Lengthiest. Let's move on. Wait, no, Bitcoin dropping 7.1% last month. I guess November turned into November. Okay. Let's move on. 56.9k November missed. Model intact on HTF, still targeting 70 to 110k Bitcoin in December. Lengthiest of three models currently tracked. 56.9k November missed. Model intact on HTF, still targeting 70 to 180, 110k Bitcoin in December. I highly doubt that we're going to hit 110k in December. This will be crazy if it happens. Let's check Saylor a bit to see if he has any one of his interviews. Actually, let's check the stocks for a bit and then move to Saylor. Back to Saylor. So, Robinhood struggling, dropping even more. Corsair 22.70. Corsair probably bottoming here. Who knows? Let's check Corsair's market cap and let's check Corsair's market cap and it's PE right now. It's PE. Let's see. Corsair's PE ratio right now 19. Now let's check CRSR historical PE. This will be interesting. I like this metric it's on. Let's see. Historical PE. Let's see. Last 5 years. It's one of the lowest that it ever had. Oh, it also had 16 and 17. So there is still some more room to go. Okay, interesting. 2.1 billion market cap right now. Okay, whatever. And let's move on. What were we reading? Oh, we're checking the stocks. Robinhood 25.50. The others are trying to recover. Let's check the big tech, the big ones. 28.90 for Google. I'm very glad I bought. Alibaba trying to recover back to 130, but struggling. Apple below New all-time highs. MicroStrategy 734 with Bitcoin being at 58.4k. Meta, Facebook 326. PayPal trying to recover. Yeah, kind of boring. The market's kind of boring right now. So let's check Michael Saylor's page. Let's see. Last night on national television, Tucker Carlson and I discussed the similarities between currency and blood, the role of money and oxygen, the risks of inflation, the dire consequences of currency collapse, and the need for Bitcoin. I want to watch this. Let's watch this together. And I'll probably have to finish the live stream because I don't have any more time for now. And I hope you enjoyed it for the day.
So you've noticed a lot of people buying cryptocurrency. The reason is really simple. Central banks have printed so much money that its value is plummeting. It's called inflation. So what is cryptocurrency? What is Bitcoin exactly? Well, we scoured the country for more than a year to find someone who could explain it to us, who really understood it, and who had skin in the game. Michael Saylor is the man we found. There's really no one better, we've decided, to talk to you about this topic. Michael Saylor is an entrepreneur, a business executive. He's made billions in Bitcoin, and he's worth listening to on the topic. By the way, his company just dropped more than $400 million on it this afternoon. We sat down for more than an hour with Michael Saylor for a genuinely fascinating episode of Tucker Carlson Today. Here's a small part of it.
The currency is to the economy what your blood is to your body, and economic energy or money is to the currency what oxygen is to your blood. So common sense says if I keep sucking the oxygen out of the room, if I suck the oxygen out of the room, you're going to either suffocate or freeze to death. And if I keep sucking the economic energy out of the currency, the economy collapses. In the extreme, you get ripped back to Stone Age barter. Right? When the money doesn't work anymore, I have to trade you cigarettes for bullets.
Right.
And the problem with that is is the economy becomes a million times less efficient, right? If you don't have money, now, how many countries in the world have a collapsed currency? 66 are dollarized. There's 180 about countries, there's 130 floating currencies. All of them are weaker than the dollar. The US dollar is the world's reserve currency. The US dollar is expanding. It was expanding 10% a year for a decade, now expanding at 14% a year. It expanded 34% over the past 12 months. The dollar is weakening. Okay, it's like the oxygen is getting sucked out of the room. So Tucker, if I told you the oxygen is getting sucked out of the room and there's an oxygen mask drops out of the ceiling over there, what would you do?
Run for it.
Yeah, put the oxygen mask on. Bitcoin is the oxygen mask. Bitcoin, the idea of Bitcoin. Let's move to the third.
You've made the most compelling case of ever.
He explains the bullish case behind Bitcoin better than anyone else I have met and I have seen and I have heard. I'm very happy. I don't like to make him a hero, but I'm very happy he exists. I'm very happy he exists for the crypto market and Bitcoin.
Ever heard for the need for something like Bitcoin? So you're saying, just to make sure that everyone's following this, the whole point of Bitcoin is to escape the inflation vortex that has consumed all these previous empires.
The point of Bitcoin is to fix the money. And money is energy, and energy is life. And if I keep sucking the energy out of the economy, I'm sucking the oxygen out of your system. Either, under the best case, you perform poorly. Under the worst case, I suffocate you to death or freeze you to death. That's the problem. That's why empires collapse. That's why economies collapse.
You probably haven't seen a conversation about economics that interesting ever. We certainly hadn't. And if you're wondering,
I highly recommend you watch anything you find from Michael Saylor. Anything you find, every time you find it. He's so interesting, and what he says usually comes out on top and stays true. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed today's live stream.